Namaste, y'all. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Becca, YogaBex Cummings, and today I'm sharing 3 surprising things about self-sabotage, plus tools to help get you back on track. What is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage is knowingly or unknowingly getting in your own way. And this is something I've dealt with a fair amount in my life. I am a former dinosaur paleontologist turned healing artist. I've been through several dark nights of the soul, all of which involved some level of self-sabotage. So I have experience with this. And now I help people fly above the demons of self-sabotage and addiction by excavating the roots of the behavior and healing within a very holistic and supportive framework that I've designed. And some of the things that I've healed and transcended in my life during my journey are depression, addiction, self-sabotage, numerous diseases, including cancer, and as well as suicidal ideation and even an attempt. So I appreciate you spending time with me today, and let's dive right in. So the first surprising thing about self-sabotage is that it serves a purpose. Self-sabotage serves a purpose. Number two, self-sabotage purpose isn't necessarily negative. That to me was a huge aha to understand that the purpose of my self-sabotage wasn't necessarily negative. And the third surprising thing about self-sabotage is it isn't necessarily anchored to a limiting belief. So all of our behaviors serve a purpose. All of our thoughts, words, deeds, actions have an underlying intention or purpose to them. And the purpose can be purely physiological or physical, metaphysical, so mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, or it can be both physical and metaphysical. Okay, oftentimes it is both. And all of our behaviors are anchored in the subconscious mind. And when we're looking to transform, which is making lasting change, we must involve the subconscious mind in the process. And we must address the disharmony in the physical realm as well as the metaphysical realm. And failure to address all these aspects of the behavior allows for that pattern to perpetuate and resurface again and again and again. So take a look at this picture of an iceberg where you have a portion of the iceberg above the surface. Think of that as the behavior, okay? And then we have the subsurface purpose as the mass of the iceberg underneath the water. And all behavior, including self-sabotage, serves a purpose. And that has an underlying intention. And that subsurface purpose, which I call it the subsurface purpose, kind of a tongue twister, isn't necessarily negative or due to a limiting belief. That for me was allowed such new levels of self-compassion. And I hope it does the same for you, that because the self-sabotage behavior can have negative consequences, we tend to assume that there's some sort of negative intention or purpose that it's serving. But oftentimes that's not the case. It's really amazing. So in looking at the subsurface purpose, the self-sabotaging behavior or any sort of habit can have dual roots. It can have a physical root and a metaphysical root. Repetitive thoughts, behaviors, these habits are anchored into our physical being, our instrument, via our biochemistry, our neurotransmitters, our hormonal levels, things like that. which then those things can help drive and perpetuate the behavior, even though we've made the decision to stop doing something or start doing a new healthy habit. So despite our best intentions, sometimes our vessel, our physiological being, and the biochemistry there perpetuates the behavior long after we've made that decision. It can be so frustrating, can't it? So what deeper need is the behavior feeding? Are there physiological imbalances that we need to address through nutrition, which are called our secondary foods, our food, water, intake, things like that? Or can we also look at the metaphysical roots? You know, are you looking at the metaphysical roots as well? Because oftentimes we're just picking away at the surface of the problem. Think of that iceberg again. We're picking away at the behavior, trying to control it, and not dealing with the subsurface purpose. And those primary foods include things like, and those metaphysical root part of it includes things like the health of your relationships, your level of physical activity, your life purpose or career, and your spiritual connection or spirituality. So we must look at all those aspects of ourselves. And this is what I do with people. This is what I offer, a holistic, supportive framework. And it really, this process I guide people through really helps you release the frustration and shame you've been feeling at not being able to stop doing the thing or start doing the healthy thing. And cultivate new levels of self-compassion and even self-love. And I'm offering a free 3-day challenge online on Facebook. I'm going to share more about that here in a moment. But have you been struggling to release a bad habit or pattern of self-sabotage? Do you tend to be too hard on yourself or procrastinate? Then please consider joining me during this free challenge. And it's coming up this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're going to dive into letting that shit go. This is a free 3-day boot camp. It's very profound for people. It helps you stop self-sabotage, get a new understanding, a new view of the root causes of the behavior. And you're going to learn some amazing things about yourself. You're going to learn what works and what doesn't when it comes to healthy habit evolution and developing new levels of self-compassion and self-love for yourself. The first step in healing this is awareness. So it's becoming aware that there is a pattern going on. And as you attend this boot camp, you're going to emerge with a better understanding of all that I just mentioned, your root causes, your why do you want to let it go? Why do you want to develop this new healthy way of being? What works and what doesn't? Really, really effective. And some of the things that you'll learn are some pattern interrupts, because it's very important when the behavior or the pattern is happening, we've been triggered, or there's a cascade, a physiological cascade or a mental emotional cascade of that dominoes falling feeling that's leading you into that behavior. You've got to have pattern interrupts. So here's one of the pattern interrupts you'll learn during the boot camp, the 4-7-8 breathing. This is a 4-count inhale, 7-count hold, and an 8-count exhale. It's really profound shift. Let's do a couple rounds now together. It helps you shift out of that cascade so that you can pause and choose mindfully. So wherever you're at in your breathing cycle, just exhale, empty out completely. Good. That's right. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. In, 2, 3, 4. Pause and relax. 4, 5, 6, 7, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe normally. Notice how you feel. The 4-7-8 breath is so powerful. You can use it for cravings, insomnia, anxiety. If you practice it daily, it even helps people reduce their blood pressure over time. It's a very profound, effective tool. I invite you to put that in your back pocket and remember to use it in the moment when things are coming up for you. And again, I invite you to join and enjoy my 3-day free challenge, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Let That Shit Go boot camp, why willpower and thinking positive are not enough is day 1. Day 2, what deeper need does your bad habit feed? So there we're going to dive into looking at the physical, physiological, and metaphysical roots. Day 3 is finding your why, the why that makes you cry. Why do you want to shift this? What is the deeper roots of the bad habit and the new healthy habit you're cultivating? And then we also have a bonus VIP invite only session that you'll learn more about how to enroll for that on day 1 of the boot camp. So hop on in here. Here is the link for how you get in there. This is my private Facebook group, All About Woo Tribe with Becca YogaBex Cummings. Go to facebook.com/groups/all about woo. There's a couple simple membership questions that you answer, agree to the group rules, and then you're in. All of the content of the boot camp will go down in that private group in the guide section. And people have really profound and amazing shifts during these 3 days. So I invite you to hop in there and join us. So again, here's a review of the 3 surprising things about self-sabotage. Number 1 is self-sabotage serves a purpose. Number 2 is self-sabotage isn't necessarily negative. The purpose of the self-sabotage isn't necessarily negative. The behavior can have positive underlying intentions. It's not always tied to a limiting belief. And the third surprising thing about self-sabotage is what I just mentioned. It isn't always necessarily anchored to a limiting belief. So thank you so much for being here with me today. That's the 3 surprising things about self-sabotage, plus a tool to help get you back on track. That 4-7-8 breathing is really effective. I invite you to hop on into the boot camp. This link is wrong, so let me take that out. It's facebook.com/groups/all about woo. And here is that link once again. If you want to hop in, hope to see you in there. Namaste, y'all. Thanks for being here. Much love.